avocado, mango, and tomato salsa. An important thing with salsas is to make sure all your ingredients are fresh. A few of mine might be getting a little too ripe, but it should still turn out delicious. So if you want a nice salsa, try this with me. First we're going to start out by chopping our mango. It says peel it. I've never peeled a mango before. So hopefully this, yeah, it's peeling pretty easily. Okay, now we can cut it up. I'd cut off the little stem at the end of your mango. And make sure the seeds, you get the seeds out of it. So I'm just going to kind of go around it. Try to cut off the edges as best I can. Basically how you do this is you need a medium bowl, and after every time you cut something, I'm going to put it in my bowl, and then that way we can reuse our chopping board. So it says just chop it, you know, and it's your salsa, so you do it however you want, but I'm just going to go pretty tiny slivers of everything. Okay, I'd say in my case that looks pretty good. I'm going to put that into the bowl and start cutting up the avocado. We can get our, oops. Make sure you get as much into the bowl as you can. There we go. Now we've got an avocado. Avocados I do know how to cut. I have experience with them. With them, you just start in the center, because avocados just have a huge seed in the middle. And then you work your way around. Yeah, as you can see, this one is starting to get a little ripe. This is what I was worried about. It still smells alright, but it was definitely getting close. You want it to be kind of that light green everywhere. So, and with this, a good way to do it, you can peel it, but if it's too ripe, just spoon it out. This is a really good snack. I like, in the mornings a lot of times, I just cut up an avocado and just eat it out with a spoon, because the skin makes it a perfect little bowl that holds the avocado. So I'm just going to chop this up. Should be easy, especially because mine's a little riper than it should be. It's looking pretty good. If we get our bowl, we can do the same thing. Mix those around. Now what you need to slice up is 4 medium tomatoes, or in my case, I'm going to do 2 larger ones. My tomatoes are a little ripe as well. You want your tomatoes to be squishy, but not too squishy. So I'm just going to kind of just cut them across. They're a little dark. I'm going to get off this stem. Don't want that part. Just gets rid of that stem there. Just nice, good tomato slices. Just really go down on them firm when cutting or doing the up and down motion. You really want them to be pretty small chopped, but then again it is your preference because it's your salsa, how large you want to go with the pieces. I find that usually smaller pieces are better. You get more of each thing in every bite. Now that we've got the last bit of the tomatoes I chopped up, some of my pieces I left rather large, so I'm going to have to make sure I really mix them in well and split them apart. As So you can see it's starting to come together. Now we need the jalapeno peppers, seeded and minced. So I'm going to start by cutting off the stem. And then I'm just going to work my way down the end. As some of the seeds fall out, scoot them away. Actually, a good way to do this, I just realized, is you cut it lengthwise. And then you can just take a spoon and spoon out the middle part. See how that's coming out like that? With peppers, you only actually use the edges usually. Some people like the seeds, but most prefer them not to be in there. Take your minced up jalapenos, or jalapeno singular, it's just one, and put it in. Now we need to chop up a half a cup of cilantro. Cilantro is kind of that signature salsa smell that you're used to smelling. When you think of salsa a lot of times, it's the cilantro you're imagining, the smell. Stronger, I believe the stronger the scent, the better it is, really. So just kind of cut it. Get our mixture. Let's get as much in as we can. Let's mix it in. If you smell it at this point, it's going to start to smell a lot like salsa. Now we need 1/4 cup of chopped red onion, which is not much at all. My red onion's already been peeled at the grocery I bought it at, so I'm lucky. So 1/4 cup. Honestly, I'm going to start by cutting it in half. And then from there, just using, I don't know, probably 1/4 of it. And the rest of it I'm going to seal up and save for some other special recipe, because red onions are delicious. That is about my 1/4 cup right there. Mix it in. And now for garlic, you just crush. Take off the skin. Crush, take off the skin. Okay. Now we've got our 3 cloves ready to go. I'll just take each one and just kind of lightly cut it. Cloves of garlic, get them in there. We're going to need 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice. So if you actually want to cut a lime in half for that. That is the way I'm going to do it. You could probably, 1/2 will probably get you 2 tablespoons. so you can store your other half. Now for this we need a teaspoon of salt. I'm using sea salt, but feel free to use kosher or whatever salt really suits your fancy. There's a teaspoon. And we need 2 tablespoons of lime juice. I'm just going to kind of guesstimate on that one. That was probably a tablespoon, if not more, there. There we go. Don't want to overdo it with that. And then it says we need 3 tablespoons of olive oil. There's 1, 2, and 3. Now really all that's left to do is just mix these together and then let it marinate, covered in the fridge for a little while. Or really, you can dig into it whenever you want. Okay, I've got my big bowl of salsa. All that's left is to put it in the fridge to marinate. But first, I think I'll have a little sample. That's really good. Already the flavors are very full and combining. I don't think I've ever had mango salsa before, but it has a really nice, like, new dimension to it. Really good. This turns out really good. You want an awesome salsa? Try this, mango, tomato, and avocado salsa.